people. I want to tap in with you on that self-love, self-first, baby. There's a thought that comes to my mind. And I got to talk about it. I got to talk about it because I experienced going to college. I experienced paying my own school loan in full. And I experienced utilizing my college degree. So I feel fulfilled. I do. Then the reality of life, certain decisions, everything is included in this part. There's certain decisions you make in life, certain ways you live in life that you start to realize, what am I doing? You might master things in one avenue of your life and really mess up in other ways, right? I'm putting this video out because I want for you to think about something. I want for you to think about this. And the thought that is basically has me is basically whenever you invest into college, paying for your school and getting a job, understand that that is not, listen to me here, that is not the end all be all. There are tons of people who are successful and they don't have the degree. They don't have school loans. However, there are a lot of other folks who have gotten their degrees, still have not paid their school loans, and have done nothing, absolutely nothing with their degree. It wasn't able to be applied to the type of work that they do. Whenever, just think about this. Whenever you're paying a tuition over $40,000 and you are not utilizing that school degree, anyone in that position would be upset. Because it's like you're literally paying out tons of money for something that you cannot use. There's a lot of things you can do with $40,000. A lot. What you don't want to do is waste $40,000. Right? Or be in a position where you have to pay back $90,000. I'm going to bring it up. Let's bring it up. Because there's people who go to school and they have a bill. And they got to pay that bill. And if they don't pay that bill, they go into debt. And if they go into debt, they can't get loans. They're working their whole lives to pay this big, huge bill. They're stressed. It becomes a problem. It's like a domino effect of a certain lifestyle. And mind you, I'm not in that position. I went to school, I paid my school loans, and I utilized my degree. So I'm not talking from a stance of being negative or being bitter. I'm talking from a stance of reality, because it does happen to some people. And then what? Okay? So, again, School is great. From high school to college, there is a such thing as becoming a critical thinker. You do become a critical thinker. You understand? Whereas your thinking is higher than a high school graduate. If you think about it, do you really want to live the rest of your life being 40 and 50 years old, the same mentality growth that you were in your teenage years? Because think about this for a second. When you graduate high school, guess how old you are? For those who are not flunking, the ones who actually, if you're flunking, that's a whole different scenario. 18, 17, 18, right? You're 17, 18 years old. Think about the mentality that you have at the age of 17, 18 years old. Now, come on, think about that for a second. So when we're in a position of thinking about, is this even beneficial? Should I go to college? Actually, yes. To become a critical thinker. But what I'm saying is, don't go to college for you to gain a super huge bill that you can't pay. You go into debt, and that's it for you. Now you're working the rest of your years into your 30s, 40s, just to pay something that you did when you was a teenager into young adult. Anybody would be bitter dealing with a scenario that way. You understand? Anybody would be bitter. So the reality of this conversation is for you to think about, what is it that you're doing when it comes to these degrees, these loans? You understand? And what's so funny, after I paid my school loan in full, having to work, guess what? The government chooses to let everybody go to school for free, and they want to pay their bills for them. I was like, are you kidding me? So, and that's okay. Because if it wasn't for my experience, I wouldn't be here talking to you as an accomplished person who's trying to give you a critical thought. This is when reality starts to hit, y'all. All right? So if you're going to make a move, make a smart move, is all I'm saying. Know what you want and stick to it. Goals, accomplishments, habits are very easy to form. But it takes dedication. It takes the consistency of you utilizing those skills even when it gets boring. Don't give up. Stick things through. You understand? Because the moment that you give up is the moment that you say, you know what? Forget about the degree. Forget about the loan. Forget about my timing. All that time that I spent. Forget about it all. If you would like to take a professional class to learn what your degree masters in, then I advise you go do so. If you would like to get a degree just to get out of the average mindset of what is it called, being just a high school diploma owner. That's funny. Then you do so. You go to college and you go ahead and gain some what is it called, some knowledge. So again, I'm not talking from a position of being bitter, because I'm not. I'm talking about it. I'm talking from a position of trying to help you wake up, because there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't talk about, and ain't nobody got time to be wasting money $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, $150,000 on school, and you're not going to utilize that. It's a waste. Okay? So pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention to how you're making your moves, and pay attention to where your money's going, because those things are important. All right? Take some time out for yourself and realize what's the next move you need to make. That's smart. Okay? Self-love. Self first. Ciao.